with this piece here that I found with some of my artifacts, with some of these guys, the smaller stuff, the harder granite stuff like points, and this here is a knife, a handheld blade. You can see the handle and the blade very nicely. This is also sharp all the way around like a blade. You might see the face in there. And there's a face on this guy too. And you sharp all the way around like a blade. And I think they used stuff like this back then to carve this stuff in stone. Either that or this is just from the really early settlers. I mean, they used stuff like this back in the 1600s and earlier. Like this is like a technology that hasn't been used in like 400 years, but can date back thousands of years old. And they would simply make these metal, I forget what they're called, picks or something, where they would hold it like a pencil, and then with the other hand, they would hit the back end of it with a piece of wood or something, and it would make a ding and chip out and make very fine precision cuts. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Okay. You can see the mouth there, and what looks like teeth and the tongue in the mouth. So they would use color in the rock and then chip around to get their image with something like this, or even a really strong crystal on the end of a stick. Even is how they would do that, or possibly even pressure flaping by taking something like this or copper and then holding it on the spot and then putting enough pressure on the spot until you get a piece that pops off like I would say called a conchoidal fracture. It's like the half moon. It's like when you drop a rock in water and it makes rings. That's almost like how conchoidal fracturing works through stone. So you can follow how those conchoidal fractures work through the stone. You know, this would be their base image, and they'd be taking off sides here and here for other tools possibly, or just to make this image. And the conchoidal fracturing is going to be running like this going through the piece. And sometimes you can see that on the piece, or sometimes they put artwork over the piece that covers that up, like in this case here, on this side where it looks like hair. You can see it waving down, like the hair is coming down into the piece, so it's not following the conchoidal fracture, it's going in the opposite direction, almost like it was pressure flakes from the top going this way, almost like fluting. So it could have been, that part there could have been done by like a fluting method, or it could have been chipped out, each piece just pecked out very carefully and slowly with something like this. And this has an end on it that is a certain shape, And then this has an end on it that's a certain shape, and it's got a little hook or like a little tooth at the very tip of it. So I think they could do a lot with this tool. I think they could do even small pressure flaking, very accurate small pressure flaking with a tool like this, as well as harder, pounding it on the back with the stick to get bigger pieces of material out of it. Bigger chips, like maybe these chips in here. You see this chip here and this chip here. This one looks like it was struck this way, right? You see how it's kind of got a flat end on it. Maybe the tool they were using was more flat, and they chipped it and it went bing, and the conchoidal fracture is what gives it that like kind of bottom U shape. And with that straight line on the top, that's where it went into the rock. These hand knives are really cool too. I really like these. I've got quite a few of these. I honestly didn't know what it was when I first started finding these until I started really playing with them in my hand and looking at it and really thinking, okay, well, where are the sharp edges and how would you hold it? And then it all started making sense. And then when I started looking up the stuff that is in the historical record around museums, I found similar and likewise objects. So I've just confirmed that. And these heads here with like hoods and hair, changing faces are a little harder to spot. And like the birds, this one kind of looks like a bird from the front. I guess a bird looking at you. I picture an eye here, an eye here, and it's the beak, and we almost have like a V forehead or something, or forked forehead. There's plumage, but that's actually is the base of it there at the bottom. So this could have gone into a tool or a piece of wood, and it's sharp all the way around. It's a blade, it's one big continuous blade. So this was a specific tool. I just wanted to go over those pieces. I thought those would have been very interesting for some people, especially this piece here. I keep this in a lead box with some stuff to keep the air out so it doesn't fall apart. With moderate protection. So hopefully I'll have that for a while. I'd like to get that dated someday and tested to see exactly what type of metals are in here. Thanks again for watching.